Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my 2022 luxury wish list. So obviously I'm not going to get anywhere near all the stuff that is on this list. But the reason that I make a list of, I'm not making a list at the beginning of the year. That's not true. I have a running spreadsheet, but I move items up to the top of my list, and this does change throughout the year some as I see new things, as I either see things in person and lose interest in them. But I like to have a list, and I like to have things prioritized so that I can accurately prioritize my spending, and that way I'm not so worried about having something pop up that either I can't get because I don't have the money, or impulse buying, or worrying about returning purchases because I've thought them through. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about bags, jewelry, shoes, and accessories that I am wanting to add this year, or thinking about adding this year, and my reasons for each of them. So let's get started with bags. Bags is probably the one category that I feel really set in, and I don't really have anything that I'm specifically wanting to add to my bag collection, with exception of one. Strassberry actually coming out in a colorway that is a navy beige cream tricolor bag, and I'm super excited for this colorway, and I really want to see what all bags they come out with it in. I'm very much considering getting either an East-West mini or an East-West bag in this combination, because I don't really have just like a navy tan bag that, like, if I happen to be wearing like navy shoes or tan shoes or something like that and I want to match with my shoes, I don't have a bag that allows me to do that. So that's the one bag that I am actually considering, but there is a bigger priority on my list. And I know that it won't happen this year. I hope it doesn't happen for a few years, but I would love to get offered a Birkin 30. And in order to have the funds available for that, I have gone ahead, and the funds that I'd already had in my luxury fund I've kind of split into, and then everything that I have coming in I'm going to split into. That way I can build up the funds in order to have the funds available that if I'm ever lucky enough to get offered a Birkin bag, I can get that Birkin bag. I wouldn't say that like a Birkin is on my luxury list this year, because like I'm definitely not going to have the funds for a Birkin this year, but building the funds for my Birkin is definitely a #1 top priority for me this year. Now, moving on to jewelry, which for me, jewelry is like the most fun category, and it's the category that like I always know I'm going to add something jewelry-wise to my collection. I started my luxury journey with jewelry. I love jewelry. I wear jewelry every day. So I think that jewelry is the thing that can really make or break an outfit in a way that a lot of people don't necessarily always appreciate. But the thing that I'm going to do this year, I have a couple of things that I'm going to accomplish. One, I am going to add some more gold pieces to my collection. I really hadn't had gold jewelry at all, just because one, it's expensive, and two, I wasn't sure if like gold was really for me. But I've come to really appreciate gold, so I'm wanting to add some more pieces, particularly a bracelet. I definitely am thinking about the David Yurman Madison chain length bracelet. I think that that's really pretty, but I'm also very open to going to my local jeweler and adding just like a very simple thin gold bangle. Now, the second thing is that I've really gotten into rings this year. I have inherited several rings, and then the one that I'm actually looking at adding is, again, another piece from David Yurman, and that is going to be the David Yurman Petite buckle ring with the 18 karat gold buckle. So it's sterling silver ring with the 18 karat gold buckle. I think that one would be a really nice addition to my collection, particularly because I have a lot of crossover David Yurman jewelry where it's the sterling silver with the gold. I would really like to add that ring, because the other ring that I have that's sterling silver with gold, it is a very, very thick ring. Now, the final piece and the jewelry item that if I only add one jewelry item, it's going to be this one. And it'll probably be like an end of the year thing if I add it, because it'll depend on what other things I add throughout the year. But it is the David Yurman new thoroughbred loop bracelet. I tried this on in store, and it is so gorgeous, and it pairs so perfectly with my David Yurman classic cable pearl bracelet that I have. And for those of you who have subscribed to my channel a lot and who have watched my videos, you know how much I love my pearl bracelet. And so finding a bracelet that paired just so effortlessly perfectly with it and could easily go casual or more dressy, that bracelet has to be added to my collection at some point this year. Some way, somehow, I'm adding that bracelet. That is one of the 2 things on this list that I know without a shadow of a doubt I am adding this year. That is how much I love that bracelet. Clearly, I really love David Yurman. Probably, like, as a brand, I'd say that, like, brand-wise, I think more Tiffany. But in actual reality, the brand that I wear the most is definitely David Yurman. Now, moving on to shoes. And shoes is another area where I don't know if I'll add something or not, and that's just because I'm concerned about fit of shoes. So again, if you've watched my channel before, and if you are a subscriber, you will have seen my Gucci unboxing video where I did a Gucci and Hermes unboxing, and the Gucci sneakers that I ordered that I was so excited about because they were the 100th year anniversary ones. They got here and they didn't fit. I'm still very open to the Ace sneaker. They've actually come out with one that I really actually like better than probably any of the other ones that I've seen. And it has they have 2 color versions. They have the green and the red, and they have a navy and red, which I'm open to the navy and red, but I really like that green and red because I could also wear it with black. Not the point though. Anyway, back to the point. So they have this version and it has this green croc embossed leather on the back, and then it's a white leather sneaker, and then it has the green and red webbing on the side. So if you didn't know about the webbing, you wouldn't know that it was a Gucci sneaker. And I'm really into doing more understated things, particularly where I carry my Louis bags so much. I don't want to necessarily be competing on that monogram front. So that is the first pair of shoes that I'm considering. Now, another shoe that I'm looking at adding is from Hermes, and that is the Hermes, I believe it's called the Rivoli Fringe Mule. And I really, really, really like this shoe. I think that it's so beautiful. During COVID, I've really noticed I don't wear heels as much for the past now almost 2 years. I'm mostly in flats of various varieties, and I don't actually have any mules in my collection. So I would really like to add these. I think that they are beautiful and elegant. I was able to try a pair on in a 36, and that was just a little bit too small. So I'm hoping that a 36.5 will fit me. If they don't, I will still be on the hunt for a pair of Hermes shoes that eventually fit me, because I have never been able to find one that fits. They are typically a 36.5 is too small, and a 37 is just like way too big and it just swallows my foot. In this particular pair, since 36 was just a slight bit too small, I'm hoping that 36.5 will fit me really well. That being said, if I don't find either of these shoes, the other thing is that I have a bunch of boots that they have been troopers. They have been with me since college, and the poor things are just about worn to their deathbeds. I mean, they really do need to be retired at the end of the season. But I will probably keep them until next season to see if I can find replacements, and if I can, then I would like to be able to replace one of those pairs of boots with some type of luxury designer boot. I definitely lean Hermes because of the beauty of their leather, but that's not necessarily something that like I have to go with, as I am wanting a lower heel. So I'm very open into finding a nice new pair of boots to replace at least one of the pairs of boots that I have in my collection. That being said, I haven't found a pair of Hermes shoes that fit me yet, and I'm really, really picky on my boots. I think from where I've worn riding boots for so many years as an equestrian, I'm just super picky about my boots, and they have to fit perfectly, even more than any other shoe. But I don't like to add items that will duplicate something that I already have in my wardrobe that's perfectly fine and perfectly usable, even if it isn't luxury. And so that's why I've been waiting for these shoes to wear out to go and look for some luxury designer boots. Now, the last category is going to be accessories. And I know that I mentioned, I think it was during the shoes, on how like I'm not wanting like super, super logo-y stuff. There's one exception, and it's very loud, and it's not going to be everyone's taste. And that's okay, because this isn't everyone's wish list, but it is the Gucci brown GG Supreme original print baseball cap with the webbing on it. I saw this online and I liked it. I tried it on in store and I just absolutely loved it. It is such a comfortable baseball cap. And I wear baseball caps all the time throughout the year. Like, I love wearing baseball caps. And so I would really like to have a luxury one, and this is the one that I'm drawn to the most. One, it's probably the least expensive out of the luxury baseball caps, but also like my last initials G, and I just really like it, and I can't explain it other than that. I just really like it. The other thing that I'm thinking about adding small leather goods wise is some type of a card holder. I'm looking into the Chanel zip. They technically call it like a coin holder or a coin purse, but in reality it's a card holder. It has 3 sections. I'm looking into the Hermes Calvis. It has 2 sections. It has a bifold that folds open, and then also the Louis Vuitton business card holder. I'm basically wanting to upgrade my gift card holder to a luxury one, and then also be able to have room to put my business cards in it. So that's why, like, I'm kind of maybe leaning towards the Calvi, is because I could have gift cards on one side, business cards on the other, but I'm also still very open to the other 2. Now, that wraps up my luxury wish list for this year. Obviously, I'm not getting all of it. I have no intention of getting all of it. I certainly cannot afford to get all of it. But that's sort of how I'm thinking through my year's purchases with my top bags, shoes, jewelry, and accessories. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Maybe it's given you guys some idea for wish list items that you want. I believe in my next probably two videos, I'm going to be talking all about budgeting and ways in which you can budget for luxury.